So Prince Harry and Meghan has been in the news. Well, they're in the news all the time, but lately it's been because of this car chase. And when I first heard about it, I was like, "Oh my God!" Just like his mom. And then the narrative started changing very quickly, and it seems like they can't catch a beat because as soon as something happens positive, the media comes in and they switch the narrative. And so for this reading, I want to know, why is the media after Prince Harry and Meghan Markle? All right, magical butterfly spirit here. Let's get started. Ooh, that was a beautiful shuffle. Y'all saw that? Man, professional. You think I do this all the time for a living? All right. Okay, so we have the Ace of Cups. There's the reverse energy. We have the Four of Wands in the reverse. A lot of sleepless nights over this. This triggered Harry, of course. It also triggered William, Prince William. It was too close to what happened with his mom. There's things that are not being said about that chase that we're not privy to. I think it's gonna come up later. Like they're gonna do like this is our story type of thing. But and I think the reason why we're not hearing about it now from them, it's a two-parter, that they're smart and they know that if they hold on to the story until they're ready to tell it, they'll get more publicity, they'll get more money, and they actually need the money. Like people giving them gripe about selling their stories on Netflix and making all these deals and selling the books, but they need the money because um, they were cut off. Four of Cups in the reverse, they were cut off, and the money they receive for you and me is like, it's a lifetime worth of money. Like there's no way we could spend the money that, well, we could. We could always try. I would love to try to spend $15 million. Um, but the expenses that they have to pay, which they talked about in the Oprah interview, like security, is expensive that average Joe does not have to pay for. So they're doing these things to help secure their future, for not just them as a family, current family, but their children as well, because they don't see the royal family embracing their children in the future. Like they're not assuming that their kids are going to be financially stable in the same way like Prince William does not have to worry about his kids not having money ever. I mean, the his son is in line to become the next king after him, and there's no hostility because he's not going anywhere, Prince William. I should say everything I say in this reading is alleged and is for entertainment purposes only. But for Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, I'm feeling like I'm stuttering over the word Meghan Markle. I feel like I want to say Princess Markle. Like she sees herself as a princess. Like she got that crown on her head. Three of Pentacles. I'm sorry, Three of Cups in the reverse. They're very isolated. And I saw this story about her like out clubbing without Harry. She's networking. She's networking. It's not like fun and games. She doesn't even want to be out. She has a phobia about being out. Again, everything I say is alleged. But I'm sensing like this anxiety that she talked about is real. She has a very real phobia about uh, being outside of her protective bubble, her home, her land, her surroundings, her people that she sees every day, her staff that she's familiar with and knows. And this card chase made it worse for both of them. Five of Pentacles. Harry is going through a deep depression right now. Again, this triggered a lot of internal turmoil that he thought that he worked through. There's this sense of, how can I protect my family? How can I protect my family? They even follow us here to America. I think it's been put in the news that it's the UK paparazzi that was chasing them, and it's the UK paparazzi, again alleged, it's the UK paparazzi that is giving them all this grief in comparison to US paparazzi. Because when I heard it, I'm like, you don't normally hear US paparazzi chase people, you know? Like, you don't hear TMZ getting in trouble for chasing down the Kardashians. So I was like, that sounds more like UK, and I think that's what's coming up. And it's very funny how not even 24 hours the narrative changed to, oh my God, are they okay? To they're making it up, and it's like, is it the media that is in control of this, or is this the 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 family? What is that word they use for them? The I was gonna say the kingdom, the facility, the business. Like, I forgot the word they use for them. Like, the business behind the royal family. Yeah, they could make a difference. The royal family could easily say stop, and it would influence the media to stop. Remember when Meghan first came out as Prince Harry's fiance? And at first it was, you had this duality of racist people being racist. They will never disappoint. Racist people will never disappoint. They will always come through. And then you had other people, the majority of people, like, oh my God, that's great. Oh my God, my girl. Like, they were happy. They were happy for different reasons, because they were like, Meghan is a physical representation of a modern monarchy. That's what a lot of people were saying in their own different ways. Some of it was like, she represents me, like my skin complexion. Others were saying she represents a youthfulness that we don't see in the monarchy. Other people saying it's her American energy that's going to change up. Like, basically, they were like, because of different components of who she is, it's going to change up the monarchy. So in the beginning, when she first was like being paraded around, it was a positive thing. And then it started changing closer to the wedding. And then you start hearing things like she made Kate cry. And that's when the narrative started to change about her. And the closer it got to the wedding, and the more you hear about her dad and her sister, and all these things, all these nasty things started coming up. I think even her ex-husband got into it. It seems like the media made a decision to make her the bad guy and Kate the good guy. And it seems to me that the royal family, the the media giant behind the royal family, because the royal family has their own media PR, you know, that they could have shifted the energy into a more positive spin, and they chose to let it go and build and grow. And um, it's a very interesting thing. I think the media do it because it sells papers. Like, at the end of the day, whatever sells, right? But I think there's like this Ten of Swords in the reverse and the Ace of Wands. There's this revenge energy going on within the royal family. They do not like the fact that Harry left. And I think part of it is jealousy, because they wanted to leave. Not everybody, but like that, how he had the freedom to leave and I do not have that freedom. So you have that. You have this sense of entrapment that he was able to escape from. And they're mad at that. Like a sorority changing the rules of how you could be initiated. And somebody had to go through Hell Week. And now you're just letting people in. Like, no, how come I had to go through this, but they don't? And there's that resentment for that person who did not have to go through the same struggles that someone who signed up for the sorority and the hell week that they had to go through feels. And that's what I'm picking up. I'm picking up that energy. Eight of Pentacles upright. If they left Meghan alone, Meghan could have changed the dynamic of the family in a positive way for the public to see. Because any flounder that she did, it would have been like, oh, those Americans, those silly Americans, and it would have been adorable. And it would have like kind of made some changes that everyone would have been able to adopt to, you know? But they did not. They don't like change. It does not make them comfortable. It makes them feel like out of control. They sit there and they say, we want change, we want this, we want that. If anybody watched The Crown, how real is The Crown to present day things that are going on? I don't know. You don't know. Nobody knows. But how it was presented, King Charles, who was Prince Charles at the time, wanted change. Like he wanted a more modern monarchy to help represent the people. I don't feel that energy now. I think he's quite comfortable with the status quo, not crow. And I think that Harry represents change in a very uncomfortable way. Also, I was picking up that Harry is a generational curse breaker. He has that burden on him. Meghan as well. So the pairing of the two is very interesting because Meghan is also a generational curse breaker. She understood the assignment. When she came on this planet, she understood the assignment. She is fulfilling her assignment. She is doing exactly what she's supposed to do to disrupt the status quo. And she is not she's not the devil that people think she is. She's not the evil person that people think she is. Again, this is for entertainment purposes only. Everything I say is alleged. I'm picking up the energy, guys. I'm not saying anything else. Like I am rooting for them for obvious reasons. She's a black woman. She's American. I love Prince Charles. Like, I have obvious reasons why I'm rooting for them, but if I was doing this reading and I picked up toxic energy, I would definitely tell you guys. The last reading I did with them, oh, it's my crystal that fell. The last reading I did with them, it was when was it the Queen's funeral? When all four of them were together and they were walking, and I was noting how like weird it was, but like I'm hearing Prince Harry say, "Can William come out to play?" Like everybody thinks that Meghan is keeping keeping Harry away from William and his family. That is not the case. Kate has some ulterior motives. If you guys notice, pay attention to what she wears. If Meghan wears one outfit, you're going to see in the news within the next 2 days or so, Kate wearing something similar or something attention grabbing. Pay attention to what she wears. She's being very strategic. She does not like Meghan. She does not like Meghan. And there's a lot of envy in her freedom that she wished that she had, and it's turned into hate. Yeah, a lot of conflict fighting. And also, she's not the marriage between William and Kate is not copacetic. This is for entertainment purposes only. Everything I say is alleged. It's not. So you have one relationship, Harry and Meghan, that seems happy on the outside and really is happy because they're not only are they in love with each other, but they have a deep trauma bond. So every time something happens, it brings them closer together. On the other side, everything something happens with Meghan and William, it tears us apart. And so there is love there. They do love each other, but the marriage is not. It's not what it seems. I'm seeing a lot of hidden things and um, entrapment. And Jada Pinkett Smith said to Will Smith, it was an entanglement. I'm seeing an entanglement on both sides. Everything I say is a lie. It's just for entertainment purposes only. I'm seeing an entanglement. The more I do this reading, the more it's going towards Kate and Williams, and because now it's heading into their kids, and I typically stay out of kids. Keep kids out of the readings. I do it more from like the parents' point of view. And what I'm seeing here is the parents not being in charge of the kids' upbringing, and it's having an effect on the kids. These are some problem children because of their upbringing. In particular, the eldest, the future king. House of Dragon, and you have that the older son that becomes king, and he is like the worst son. Like, he does all kinds of things, and he's constantly getting in trouble, and he is just like in one scandal after another, and the only reason why he gets away with it is because he's the future king. This is the projected future as of now that I'm seeing, and it's because of the upbringing that the kids are having right now. I heard the word bad nanny. There's nobody that's like control of them. And they're role kids, so they're gonna get away with a lot more stuff than regular kids will, but it feels like they're getting away with a way more stuff than you typically see. And the royal family is just like, that again, everything's alleged, but those kids in a family or in a friends group that nobody wants around their other kids. That's what I'm seeing here. Okay, I'm gonna cut this reading off. I could keep going because there's so many family members. Magic of butterfly spirit here. Hope you enjoyed that little bit of tea. If you please subscribe, like, share, and you can also join me on Patreon. $25 get a personal reading from me, as well as other goodies that's like aesthetic readings and exclusive reading for my Patreon members. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, bye bye.